So I quit my job, sort of. Unlike a lot of videos you see on this topic, I actually didn't leave my job because I hate it. So I quit my job working as an audiovisual technician, but before that I was working as a barista, and as you know, working as a barista, especially when you're just starting out, doesn't quite pay the rent and pay the bills. So I was quickly trying to find a new job soon after getting the barista job so I could get paid more and pay my rent, and I did. I got lucky and I was very happy, and I was chasing after that thing that would get me that higher paying job so that I could just work full time, not have to worry as much about the financial deficit I was facing after graduating college. However, despite the role that I got hired into being potentially financially fruitful and supporting the financial needs I had at the time, there was just one problem. I'm a musician. As long as I can remember, I have just wanted to spend each day for as many days I can working on my craft, writing songs, mixing songs, recording, working on music video ideas, as much as I could just to work on my music. And even before I made music, when I was younger, all I wanted to do was just go home and like do something creative, work on crafts and stuff. I'm like, that's kind of what felt like my job. But it's hard to have that job or to fulfill that creative need when working an actual full-time job, despite needing the financial reliability of it. And as a young adult in 2025, it's kind of hard to fulfill that creative need when you do have to work to pay rent. So a year and a half of me working this audiovisual job just flies by, and during that time I'm often working like 60-hour weeks, and sometimes it's 40 hours, other times it was less than 40 hours, just working late nights, sometimes early mornings, sometimes like 12-hour days. And between all that, and with it being a physical job, I just really didn't have time to focus on music. And here and there, when the job would slow down a little bit, I could, but even then I was able to still play a few shows here and there, and those were great, those were fun. But just finding time to rehearse for those, I mean, it would really just be leading up like 2 weeks before the show and just like getting whatever practices in that I could, and not playing the best that I could play had I had more time. After that, it was right back to work. It was just resume business as usual and put a pause on creativity once again. It was just really hard to stay consistent, and I would often have to sacrifice missing shows in my areas run by musicians who I want to connect with, or making the time to make the music videos that I've been like dreaming of making for a long time. In that year and a half, I kind of just stopped writing songs. I mean, I think in the past 2 years, I want to say I've written maybe like 2 or 3 songs just for my solo work, and now I'm just still chasing after that time that I could just spend working on my creativity. And by working for a company who honestly, I mean, hasn't treated me poorly or anything, but I'm working towards someone else's dreams and not my own, I've just been feeling the time slipping out of my hands, slipping through my fingers, time that I could be using to grow. So I quit, kind of. So I didn't fully quit my job, but I am taking an 8-week-long leave of absence. Upon my return, and I will be able to return, I'm gonna resume work as usual. But in the meantime, during those 8 weeks, I'm gonna dedicate every single day, as if it's a full-time job, to my music and to my creativity. To be honest, I'm kind of scared. just a little bit scared. Even though I've saved money for the past few months leading up to this point and have been thinking on it and planning for it for a while now, the idea of just quitting a job for 2 months after looking for a full-time job for so long just feels kind of confusing, feels kind of weird, and honestly almost feels like wrong in a 9-to-5 world, especially when it's hard to be a young adult in 2025. But for the sake of art, one of the few things that keeps me alive, I'm making this risk a requirement for growth. With that, this leave of absence needs to happen if I want to know what it looks like for me to give my all into it. And I don't just mean like give my all for just like a day and like really like work on a passion project for a little while, but I mean the things that I've been just sitting on for a long time, demos, new styles I want to explore, mixing, videos, as I've mentioned. I can't wait any longer. I'm just gonna get older and that's fine, but I just don't feel like wasting time anymore, especially now while I have this time to take this break. And who knows if I'll have this opportunity in the future. I'm grateful that I have a job that allows me to do this. Now is the beginning of my 8-week-long journey. I'm gonna try to get a hold on it as quick as I can, because if there's one thing I know these 8 weeks are gonna fly by fast. So if you're interested in my job quitting journey or my music, feel free to check out my vlogs and my music videos. They're on my channel, and subscribe to keep up if you want to know what the rest of this journey looks like. And be sure to keep an ear up for the projects that I will be working on this summer, because it will be a ride. Thank you guys all so much, and I appreciate your listening to this video and watching it, and I hope that there's something that you could take away from it, and hope that you also make time for your creativity. Even if you don't consider yourself a creative person, I think we all have ways that we like to create in some way, so be sure to make time for that. Bye. Also, be sure to check out Chaos Theater EP, out now on all streaming platforms. Peace.